Today we're going to talk about crystals. Why crystals get such a bad name. Some people say crystals are demonic. I beg to differ. So you got to know everything in this universe is just energy. And crystals, they only amplify the energy around you. They only amplify your aura. I've been using crystals now for what, about 5 years? And the best crystals to own are the one that finds you. The first crystal I owned was an amethyst crystal. See, I've been watching the videos, and they told me a good way to amplify your meditation is amethyst. So I ordered this crystal off Amazon, not knowing. I still was ignorant to the fact that every crystal you get, you got to cleanse it and align it with your aura. I had an upstairs neighbor, was a very evil guy. So the energy around me at that moment was very negative. He was the kind of guy who didn't like noise. And we would go back and forth because I had just invested in the studio. So the energy around me was very grim. It was his energy. He controlled the atmosphere at that point. So, I brought the crystal in. First night, I slept with it. Like I say, crystals only amplifies the energy that you got going on around you. So I didn't cleanse this crystal. So that night, I went to sleep, and I was awakened around 3 to 4 a.m. And it was hot than a motherfucker in here. I was like, God damn, it's hot in here. So I got up, took a walk around. I went in my kitchen, and my stove was on. It was the one I own on the stove, and the oven was on to 400 degrees. I was like, oh shit. So I cut that shit off, and I hurry up and got that crystal out of here. So a couple of days passed. I would come in, do my meditation every day. And I was like, God, you told me if I invested in this studio that you would handle the rest. You got to help me get rid of this negative energy. Boom. So a couple of days passed. And like I said, the best crystal to have is the one that finds you. So I was outside and I stumbled upon this black crystal. It was a black obsidian. And I knew it was because I Googled it, and I even took it to a crystal shop, and they told me what it was, and this is a crystal for protection. So now I know that you got to cleanse these crystals. So I did the cleansing and grounding it and embracing it in my aura. So I would meditate with it, I summon my ancestors. I would like beat his ass. So this one morning, this nigga woke me up, stomping at the roof about 3 in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, this motherfucker. Make a long story short, this nigga met me outside when I was trying to go for me to go to work about 7 o'clock. He come up to me, he was like, man, what the hell you doing down there, man? You won. He was like, man, you drilling at the bottom of my bed. What that? I can't sleep. He was like, that shit making me sick. He would go to the office and complain, talking about doing construction at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, shit, I ain't doing nothing. So they eventually moved him out of there. Mission accomplished. That energy going. And the next people to move in, guess what? They were musicians just like me. Perfect alignment. I now own about 20 crystals, give or take. I use them sometimes. And I know how to use them now, But you know what? I eventually seen that dude in the neighborhood because, I was working in the neighborhood, I was a maintenance man. And he called me over there. He was like, look, dude. And he apologized to me. He was like, man, I thought you was doing something, making that noise down there. Come to find out, man, I had to go to the doctor, man. It was a ringing in my ear. So they had to get rid of the ringing. I was like, yeah. I was like, you all good, man. You have a great life. Everything is energy. See, it's all about manipulating energy to create what you want in this world. The elites know it. That's why they want you to depend on the source outside yourself. With that story told, don't you know every person you come in contact with is a reflection of you? And if it's negative, it's a part of you that you have to deal with internally that's unhealed. That registers.